Okay. Na, ezt is hogy kell. Okay. Okay. I hope you guys are seeing me and hearing me. Today we are going to do some Blender fluid simulations. This is my first live stream ever. Probably it is going to be bad, but I decided that I wanna do this. I have to just try this. So I set up a little scene here. We've got a camera. We've got a room. We've got a wooden bucket. This is going to be filled with water. I mean, not exactly, because I'm not going to set up this as a water collider, but because the camera view is totally doesn't showing if it's not going to be set up. In the description of the video, you can find an inspirational image which I wanted to do, and I originally wanted to pour water into this bucket using teapots, or more precisely, I wanted to use teapots to pour water into a cup, but I couldn't make it work with Blender Fluid Simulation, so I figured that I'm going to do something a bit more simpler, and I'm going to fill this bucket with some kind of cascading water which is going to come from multiple jugs. So let's just hide this camera lights collection because that is irrelevant for now. So we have this jug. This is from polyhaven.com, and let me just duplicate this for a second. And this one is scaled. So let's just revert back the scale to 1. And what I did is like selected the internal parts of this mesh. And then I deleted the rest of these faces. So let's hit Control I. I do apologize, but I just realized that I forget to set up this any key software that shows me what keys I am pressing. I do apologize for that, but as I said, this is my first live stream, so X delete faces, and what I have left, let's just turn off the texture mode, is just a simple shell of the jug. And this is what I intend to do in the fluid simulation. Well, I don't quite understand why this is bigger. This is not supposed to be bigger. Oh yeah, because it's offset. Okay, so if I move this back, then as you can see, this is the same mesh. So this is what we are going to use in the physics simulation as a collider, basically. And I parented this jug to this mesh, so if I move this around, then it is going to be moving and rotating along with this physics collider mesh. And this one I scaled up a bit because the fluid simulation takes away a bit of thickness for this object, and I figured that what we have to render to kind of surround the fluid, this is going to be a bit smaller. So that's it. I made it a bit smaller. You can see the scale. This is up to scale. So I haven't resized anything. This is quite a big jug, as you can see. I am using centimeters for the measurement system for the length, because this is what is comfortable to me. But let's start working on the simulation. Let's put the cursor to the word origin, and let's add a cube. And this is going to be our domain. And yeah, let's turn on wireframe mode. And you know what? Let's go to edit mode. And let's put the cursor here. Sorry. Control S. Cursor selected. And then I added to my favorites the origin to the 3D cursor, because I am using this quite a lot. And we are going to make this big, and actually the domain don't has to be this large, so I'm just going to scale it. Right about there, we are going to let's apply the scale. We are going to fine tune this as Y, scale at the Y-axis 2. Once we start to set up these jugs, basically. So let's rename the cube. I am going to rename it a domain, just to make sure that this stays on top of everything. So let's go to side view, and let's for a second put in the bucket, and let's move this upward, and let's rotate it. Around 50 degrees could work according to my test run. Let's put it like so. And then let's add a icosphere around 5 centimeters or so. Yes, indeed. Let's make it a bit smaller. And let's apply the scale. So let's set up our domain first. So this is going to be a domain for liquid, and let's increase the resolution. Let's try first with 96. And let's see how that goes. I don't want any border collisions whatsoever, to be honest. When I tested with Epic, because this says it's more energetic and stable behavior. Let's see how that goes. And let's leave everything as is. The icosphere, let's call it water. This is going to be a fluid, and for this is going to be flow, liquid, and geometry. And that's it. And I set up the end frame to be 100. So let's go back to the domain, and let's set this to 100 too. And now let's set up the jug. This is going to be an effector collision. Let's set up the surface thickness to be 0.01 and let's make it planar. And now let's start the fluid simulation. And yeah, as you can see, the resolution of the domain might be a bit too small. Let's start with 128. And now, this is kind of interesting. I don't know if it's a bug or a feature or whatever. Let's save this file. But constantly, I had to delete the cache and reload the file. Revert, because I constantly saving, and now it works. Now the fluid doesn't go through the water, which is cool and awesome. Let's grab this water and scale up a bit. And let's see how this goes. And let's remove the bucket because I totally don't need it anymore. And I think I am going to fine-tune this domain because we don't really need this big domain. Maybe I can move it to 0 as well. Let me check the bucket. Yeah, it's more than enough. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Now it goes through again. It's kind of weird. Let's save. Let's delete the cache. And let's revert. Now it's better. Oh yeah, now it's beautiful. It's a bit slow because the domain resolution is quite high. But this looks promising. I'm liking this. Now let's grab the jug and the water and duplicate them and move up in the Z direction and the X direction like so. And I also need to rotate this. I'm in top view and let's try to make it. Let's move it a bit further away so that the water that is going to be poured from this jug is going to end up in here. And let's make this guy a bit smaller. Because this one, not Control A, apply scale. This guy is going to be not geometry, however, it is going to be an inflow. We are going to cheat a bit. And let's see how this goes. Yeah, again, it goes through. No big deal. Let's save the file. Let's delete the cache. And let's revert. And now let's start to simulate. And now it works perfectly, which is nice. But what I forgot to do, I would like to give some initial velocity for this not plus minus 0.5 meter per second. So let's see how this goes. Okay, we need a little bit more time, and now the water comes out beautifully. and it's just about, maybe we should put this a bit back. Or maybe not. I kind of like this though. But what I am thinking is that let's go to the domain and let's check these particles. I might reduce the size of these particles a bit. Yeah, I think this looks better. Okay, I am kind of liking this. Now let's grab these two. Let's move at the beginning and let's duplicate this. GX, RZ, sorry. Let's move it a bit further away and let's move it up just a little bit. Let's save the file. Let's see what is happening. Yeah, again, the water is going through. Let's delete the cache. And sure, what is sure, let's revert the file. And now everything should be fine. We only have to wait and see how the fluid flows. And I think this fluid flows quite nicely. I am liking this very much. Maybe what we can do is, let's grab these two and move it still a bit backwards. Let's see how this goes. Again, it goes through. I don't quite understand. To be honest, I never really experimented this before. Maybe I'm using Blender 4.4. Maybe there was some changes. Even if I had the type to replay and the default settings, if I changed something, usually it reflected on the changes. I never really had too many occasions where I should have deleted the let's revert the file. Oh dear God. What the hell is happening here? Let's delete the cache. You know what? Let's create a new cache directory. Or I don't even know. I never really experienced this before. Shall I close the file and reopen it maybe? This is my practice file in the background. Okay, now it seems okay. Now the water coming out. This is looking promising. However, it seems that maybe I moved this object too far, because now the water is pouring even on the side, which is not ideal. So let's move it a bit further in the y direction and let's see what happens. Well, okay. I'm not going to delete the cache and everything because I think I want to move on and add another jug. And you know what? Let's grab this jug and water and let's shift D, duplicate these, and GZ, moving upward towards the Z direction. And let's make it so that it is going to pour the water into this jug. So let's grab these and let's try to find a nice position. In fact, I want to rotate it a bit further because I want to put in another jug around here. So there will be two jugs on top, which going to put water here, and this is going to stay as is. But I think now we have to check our domain because now this is not good. Let's move just this side in the X direction. Let's make it like -37. That looks good. I think I can reduce the Z a bit. So yeah, I think this looks good. This looks good. And now let's save the file and let's start the simulation and see what happens. My assumption is that everything is going to go through again. Okay, let's go back to the start. Let's delete the cache. And let's try if it's okay. Nothing happens. Okay. Okay, this is way too bad. Let's try to revert the file. Okay, this is getting bad. Okay, let's. Nah, this is. I don't really know how I'm going to solve this. Oh my goodness me. Let's close this file. Let's open it again. Okay, nice, good. Okay, I think now everything should work as intended. Some water might go through to the jugs. Okay, let's pause the simulation. Let's go to side view or maybe, oh, well, maybe like so. Yeah, the domain resolution is quite big, but I think for this simulation, it's best to see with this resolution because the resolution is affecting the flow of the objects. Obviously, I'm going real scale, so lower resolution might not give the accurate results. Okay, I think I can pause the simulation now. And I can see where this water is flowing. And what I'm thinking is that it would be kind of cool if this third one would be, let's see, let's go to the beginning. Yeah, just a tad in the y direction. Now it's going through again. That's not good. Let's delete the cache. Let's try reverting the file. Okay, now it looks good. To be honest, I don't really want to bake all the time as I'm making the changes, because it's easier to build this simulation up by adding these jugs one by one. But it's more of like a being patient game. Oh, I just got 2 views. I just noticed. I never even thought that this live stream is going to be found at all. I don't know if anyone is watching currently, cause I don't know which one to see. Maybe the concurrent viewers tells me the current viewers. I don't know. Whatever. It's nice that at least 2 people came by. They ran away instantly. Okay. Um I think I kind of like this, the way this is going. I think I am really liking this. So let's go to the beginning and let's grab these two and let's hit Shift D, GZ, and I would like to be something like this and something like that. Maybe not that much higher. Okay. And yet I think we again have to adjust the domain, because now it seems we are going to know where the water is going to flow, and we don't need this much domain at the front part of the domain. I think this might be fine. Let's leave it like so. Let's save the file, let's run the simulation and see what happens. Yeah, again, everything is going through. Let's go back, let's save, let's delete the cache, and let's revert the file. Revert. Okay, now let's see what's going on. And now everything seems to be in order. It's just the frame rate is really slow because of the high resolution. Oh, now something interesting is happening here. Let's pause the simulation and let's examine if oh, it might not paused. Pause, please. Thank you. Okay, I think the water is pouring quite nicely into this jug from this last element, which is nice. But what I am thinking is that there might be an overflow here, but I don't know, I don't mind that. I think I like this simulation as is. Maybe I could move this further into the x direction. I don't know. But what I am thinking is that where is the time steps maximum if I increase it to 8? Does this could give us a better simulation or not? Yet again, we have to be patient. To be honest, I don't talk because I have no idea what to talk. Yeah, I think this is when it starts to like go overboard a bit. Let's pause the simulation here. But yeah, I think this jog might cause some problems. So here everything is fine and somehow this jug's water that gets distracted by this water. And that is the reason why it is going away, I guess, maybe. I don't know, but what I was thinking that maybe I should decrease. In fact, you know what? Maybe I should decrease all of this inflow water. Let's grab individual origins and let's scale them a bit. And let's see what happens because I think maybe in this way there will be less amount of water and that might be better for the simulation. And also, I'm not going to do that in the live stream, but probably after I finish the live stream, I'm going to increase the domain resolution and I'm going to bake it. And of course, I'm going to do some renders of this. I think probably I'm going to show you how I'm going to set up the materials, nothing too complicated, because it ended up pouring water into a bucket, so a simple glass shader on the domain with the IOR with 1.333 will be fine. And yeah, it seems working, sort of. Okay, let's pause the simulation now. Yeah, I think this is nice. So let's set up this material I just talked about. So let's create a new material. Let's name this water. And I already have a shader editor here. Let's delete the principled BSDF and add the glass. And let's change the IOR 1.333. And let's give it just a little bit of a roughness. And let's do a test render just so you guys can see how it could look. Oh yes, but oh no, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. When I was duplicating, I was just duplicating these things. Oh damn. Instead of the whole hierarchy. Oh no, I screwed this one up. Okay, let's grab this jug then. Let's hit Shift A. And let's clear the parent. Kill parent. And let's do this the following way. Let's grab cursor to selected. Let's shift D a couple of times. And let's grab selection to cursor. And let's grab this guy here. And let's make copy all to selected. And let's grab this and and this. And object key transform. No, this is not what I want. This is not good. What? Oh, this is meant to... sorry. Okay, I do apologize. Let's delete this guy here. Yeah, that's all for practicing. Okay. Let's add an empty. I'm going to do this in a simple way. I do apologize once again for this hiccup. And And let's grab this guy. Let's copy all to selected. And let's add cursor to selected, Shift A, single arrow, Shift select, copy all to selected. Let's hide the domain for now, okay? Cursor to selected, Shift A, empty, single arrow, and copy all to selected. Cursor to selected, Shift A, single arrow, and copy all to selected. And this guy is good. This guy is good. Now, let's hit Alt G and Alt R, and let's grab the 01 with the 01. Sorry, I hit it Shift and Control P. No, Alt G, Alt R, Alt G, Alt R. Maybe there is another way, but I don't know it. So if you know a better way how to correct this sort of problems, then please let me know. So let's keep this a Control P, object keep transform, and okay. And now what we should do is to Control S, selection to cursor, Shift select this empty and copy all to selected. Now it's all good. And let's grab now the second ones. Control P, object keep transform, and let's grab this empty and Control S, cursor to selected, and let's grab the second one, Control S, selection to cursor, let's shift this, copy all to selected. Okay, now let's grab the third one and let's grab this empty, Control S, cursor to selected, and the third one, Control S, selection to cursor, Shift select, copy all to selected, and finally, have I forget to pay rent? Okay, let's Control Z, what I just did. Yes, I forgot to pay rent. Control P, object keep transform, and now Control S, cursor, sorry, Control S, cursor to selected, Control S, selection to cursor, let's grab the empty, copy all to selected. Now the fourth one, Control P, object keep transform, and now Control S, cursor to selected, Control S, selection to cursor, and copy all to selected. Nice! Finally! This might be a bit cheating. Let's save the file. We don't need these empties anymore, so we can just delete them. And now we can hit the render. And now the water is flowing from the jugs into the bucket. Isn't this awesome? So, I hope you enjoyed this live stream, or if you guys are watching this later than the video. If you want to see more live stream, please let me know in the comments below. And if anything I did can be done better, please let me know in the comments below. Oh, and by the way, yes, I forget to mention. Um, so let's grab, so I can increase the resolution division and hit modular or all, and I can bake this data, then bake the mesh, and in this way the fluid simulation is going to be better. But anyway, so I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I intend to do more Blender or other modeling live streams in the future. So if you are interested in that one, please let me know in the comments below. And see you in the next one, and bye for now.